How much do you hate playing my guitars with the way the action is and the string gauge?
So much.
Welcome back to the Golden Age Gear. And today is really the golden episode.
It's the goldest. It's the most goldenest day.
Yes, because we've got PRS Gold DGT guitars. We have the Core model and the SE, and played through a golden amp by the Golden Boy.
But hey. The JL edition D25.
Yeah.
Available now at revamps.com.
That's right. You can buy one of these. Not this one. This is Joey's special one that has stickers on it that his daughter put on for him, and it makes it extra special.
Makes it sound better.
The tone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tone stickers. And
Yep.
Manny, every time we touch the amp, Manny is just like gritting his teeth because we hit the mics every time we touch it and it moves it. So I won't touch the amp again, Manny. I'm sorry. Don't yell at me, Dad. So anyway, couple things. This is my favorite PRS guitar that I own. That Gold Top DGT Core model that you have. This is the SE, which are good friends over at Long McQuaid on Pembina Highway were kind enough to lend me this for this episode because I wanted to show you that guitar because I know you're not really a PRS guy, and I think this is the best example of what they build and like kind of the coolest sounding thing. Also, I'm aware of how expensive these guitars have become. I did not pay what they cost. I bought this one from Sean Tubbs. He had two of them and kindly sold me one of them a couple of years ago. And, I wanted to compare it to the SE because I have played this in a few stores and I was really impressed for the money, what the SE, how it felt, kind of everything. So we're going to kind of talk about the differences between the two a little bit today, and, chat a little bit about why I think they're special guitars. If you could just have one wish, only one thing in the world that you could get, what would it be?
I'd love to be able to breathe underwater, but second to that would be to have people subscribe.
Okay, cool. You can do that below.
Come on.
So you're not a PRS guy.
It's not that I'm not a PRS guy. I just haven't found one, like, it's kind of like AC30s. Like, when I hear one in someone else's hands, clearly can see that it's a killer instrument.
Yeah.
When I pick one up, it just, there's something about it. It's like, it's almost too nice for me. Like,
yeah.
From the way that it sits in your lap to the size of the body to it's which is not a knock against them. If anything, it's it is meant as a compliment. It's just, I'm so used to playing guitars that are feel like shit. and I mean, part of that is definitely the setup. Like, I feel like there's a bit of an archetype for who likes these kind of guitars. And it's to me, it's often folks who like the action fast and
right.
Not that it's all shredders or anything, but it's just like, for me, this is I feel like I'm on ice skates for the first time. I just can't get it,
Yeah.
just slipping and sliding everywhere. But it's unbelievable guitar.
Yeah, I get that. I've been a PRS fan for a long time. I have several of the single cuts. This was the first double cutaway. No, that's not true. I did own one other double cutaway before that. And I didn't like it. It had a chambered body on it. It had a lot of neck dive. I think it was a custom 22. Yeah, pretty sure it was a custom 22. Looked fantastic, right? Like the PRS finishes, especially their like figured tops, are honestly, I think no one else does it better than them. Like this guitar up here is like my favorite of like wood grain finishes out of everything that I own. Yeah, this one, like, it had bad neck dive, kind of like an SG has, so I got rid of it. And it wasn't until I tried this one, I was kind of sold on, it was single cuts only, like either the SC 245 or the SC 250, and then later like the Tremonti 1 and Tremonti 2. they were kind of my go-tos for Paul Reed Smiths. And we actually just did last week. We were talking about the differences between Les Pauls, and we said Les Pauls and PRSs on the Gear and Beer live stream, but it was really like the single cut PRSs versus the Les Paul. And I feel like PRSs are just like super polished and almost perfect in every way. And to the point where it doesn't sound quite as, buzz term, but it doesn't sound quite as like gnarly or like aggressive as a Les Paul.
Mm-hmm.
So when we compared the two, I'm like, the PRS stays in tune perfectly. The neck, what's really interesting is even with like glossed and painted necks, my hand never feels like it sticks. Doesn't matter if I'm playing a show and I get sweaty, it doesn't stick. We're on Les Pauls, like and on lots of Gibsons, my hand will be sticking a bit and I'll be wiping it down with a towel.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is about the PRS finish that does that. So it just is more playable to me. But there's something about, and I'm sure you could just change pickups, but there's something about the mid-range in a Les Paul that is just a little bit more aggressive. And it's, we talk about like the 5% differences on things, which is the difference between inspiration and not.
Yeah.
That's what I find happens with Paul Reed Smiths for a lot of guys, is that they're searching for that thing that gives them that like kind of a little bit of like that extra like little bit on top, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Going back to probably 2015, my first UK tour, I was playing that black Cootercaster,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a pair of vintage gold foils in it, old ones from, whatever, 70s. Very much inspired by a Rai Cooter. I loved that guitar, and
Yep.
it was effectively worthless. Like, obviously it was a vibe machine, but just parts wise, the most expensive thing about that guitar were the pickups, probably.
Right.
And Paul had seen the Captain Meets video that I did with Lee Anderton the first time.
Yep.
And he asked for an intro. So he phoned me. Was like, so my first tour over there, and that Anderton's video was kind of the thing that started everything for me in the sort of guitar community.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I went from not knowing who Lee Anderton was to getting a phone call from Paul Reed Smith like a week later, or maybe even less. And he said, I want to send you a guitar to try and just see if you like it and see what you think. I was like, okay, crazy. Yeah. And he had sent me one of the Paul's guitars, the absolute upper echelon, as far as I understand, of PRSs, and it was incredible. Like everything, the finish, the wood, the electronics, everything about it was perfect. The case, there not a fly on it. It was unbelievable. And I played it, and he had it set up. He had sourced my strings, had it set up for my tuning and my strings, like my big fat strings, and overnighted to me to my first gig. It was insane. It was like, why is this happening? And I played it. I tried to play it, and night after night, I would play it for a song or two, and I'd put it down, and I'd pick up that Cootercaster and finish the show with the Cootercaster. And it was nothing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that guitar, but there was just something about it that I just couldn't quite get past. And I think maybe it was the electronics. And I ended up, I called Lee because I was like, I don't know what to do. Paul sent me this guitar, and I'm just not getting along with it.
Yeah.
And Lee was like, the only thing you can do is call him and tell him that.
Right.
And I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
So I did. I called him and I was like, man, I don't know how to thank you, but it's just not for me. And he was like, well, what would I have to do to this guitar to sort of get it over the line? I was like, I have no idea, because the guitar I'm playing right now, effectively, objectively, is kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I love it. And there's like, where there's nothing wrong with the PRS, there's so much wrong with that Cootercaster, except for it's all vibe.
Yeah.
And so it's like, where do you start to qualify those things? Because it's not like it stayed in tune super well. It's not like the neck was particularly well made. It's not like the pickups are even anything special. They're kind of like underwound, cheapo, whatever.
Right.
But but the sum of the parts makes for this vibe machine, and so the relationship didn't end up going anywhere, unfortunately. And in hindsight, I wish I had stuck with it and said like, hey, let's try to find something. But I just didn't know what to do, and it was so green that I was like, he's gonna hate me for this. And so we ended up staying in touch and talking about a guitar, but the conversation kind of fizzled out. And I wish that I'd stayed on it, because I think something very cool could have happened. But yeah, it was quite the experience.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I've noticed the guitars that you've gravitated towards whenever we've talked over the last 10 years and you get something new. Honestly, I notice more often than not, it's something that I'm going to think like, this guitar is going to be unplayable. Like I'm going to, like whenever I grab, like when I first tried your Sorokin, I remember thinking, I'm like, this is what you want over, like Gibson Custom Shop would give you whatever you want. I'm like, I'd watch you tuning it in between songs and I'm like, this guitar's not staying in tune great. It's not like, it doesn't seem like it's amazing, right? But then you play it, and the difference between you playing that and playing something that is, more flawless. And I'm like, oh, well, like you can tell that imperfection or like imperfectness about a guitar brings something out in how you play.
Sure.
That it wouldn't for me. Like I need things to be like, they don't have to be perfect, but I need to not have to fight my instrument to play well. Cause otherwise I get self-conscious about what I'm playing and how I'm playing. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound right. I'm not fingering a note properly because I'm getting like, I don't know what you call it, but like I'm getting like a dead spot or dead sound because it's not clear and clean. And then I get worried about what I'm doing, and I turn my volume down because I'm like, this would sound like shit today anyway. So
yeah,
forget it.
Well, and who knows? For me, like it could entirely be like a placebo effect, where like the thing that makes me more attracted to my Sorokin, for example, is my connection to Alex.
Oh, there's zero question.
I do think that his guitars, if he were allowed to set it up properly, and not in my stupid way, it would probably be an absolute killer.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying anything to disparage. No,
I know you're not. Either. I know you're not.
Yeah, no, I can see that because there are definitely brands. I'm not going to out who it is, so you can ask in the comment section, but I won't respond. But there are brands where I have really, really liked something from them, and then I met some of the people at the brand and was very turned off the brand because I had bad interactions with people from it.
Give us names.
Not
Give
a
us
chance.
names. Yeah. We want names.
Yeah. So where I just like I didn't want anything from them anymore. None of them are guitars that I own right now. So, but yeah.
What don't we see out here?
But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I mean, we've talked about this a lot, where you play a lot of gear from people that you're friends with. I mean, when you have that connection with somebody, and kind of their heart and their passion for what they're building, I mean, that's inspiring. And yeah, it makes you want to play. I mean, one of the best examples of that for me is James Tyler. I hated the James Tyler headstock. Thought they were absolutely horrible. For the record, I still think that logo is terrible. They do have another one, but I purposely was like, yeah, that's not a guitar for me.
Yeah.
Then I met a bunch of the people behind the brand. I actually gave the guitars a chance to play them, and then I'm like, oh, is this the nicest Strat I've ever played? I'm like, it's besides my Schecter, it's right next in line to my Schecter for the nicest S-type, I should say, guitar that I've ever played.
Yeah. Part
of that is Rich Rankin at Tyler being like a salt of the earth dude.
Yeah, he's a beauty.
Yeah, and once you have those positive associations with a brand, the gear becomes cooler. It just does.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've spent lots of time talking about shit that's not related to what these guitars are. So let's dive into it. So I have the SE model. You have the Core model. I was pretty shocked when I started looking up the specs on these, because on a spec sheet, they're actually pretty close to, like, they're pretty similar. So mahogany body, maple top, 25-inch scale length, like standard PRS. really it's supposed to be the same neck carve, but I will say as soon as I grabbed this, after grabbing that, I was like, this neck's slightly fatter.
Yeah.
Like it's not a lot. Like it's not like the difference between like I think they call it the pattern thin, and I don't know if the other one is the wide fat, but essentially, you know, Gibson 60s versus 50s neck. This isn't fat like a 59 neck, but it's kind of somewhere in between the 59 and the 60s neck for Gibsons. But other than that, really, it's a couple of aesthetic options. Like that one has obviously quite a bit nicer carve top on it, and you know, just really, really nice fit and finish details, like all of the like routes around the pots and the switch, where this is all just flat. It does still have this little like, I don't know if they call this a violin carve or what it is, but it does still have these. Yeah, that one's just a little bit more pronounced and obviously a little bit higher end.
For this kind of.
Yeah. Do your best, Neil Sean.
Ah, fuck. Don't do this to me.
But yeah, so this is mahogany neck with a rosewood fingerboard. That's got a Honduran rosewood fingerboard. That one obviously has the birds on it, but I don't know if that's stock. Most of the other DGTs I've seen have the moon inlays, like the SE has. And then really the differences are the bridge, which they look fairly similar, but on the spec sheets, they are listed as different bridges. So what else is there that's different? This has like some sort of poly nut, like a plastic nut. That's got an actual bone nut. The machine heads are, it says these are PRS designed, where those ones are, I don't know, some other PRS. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
really
in other words, a little bit nicer fingerboard. They're both nickel fret. Pickups, those are the DGT humbuckers. These ones are called DGT S humbuckers. So I don't know if that's for SE. Maybe they're a little different. I don't know. We'll listen to it and see if there's much difference between how they sound. But really, it seems to me like the nut, the hardware, and the fingerboard, and then everything else is aesthetic.
Yeah.
So price point difference is pretty massive between a core model and this. I mean, I think in US dollars, this is about $900. It's $1,200 Canadian. And those are like 43 to 4,500 US, you know, 6,000 Canadian, somewhere in and around there. So
Crazy town.
It's a huge, huge price difference.
That's a Toyota Corolla from the early 90s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or early 2000s.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But it was. Yeah.
I forgot that the 90s are quite a bit further away than they used to be.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Like thinking about a guitar I had a 1980 Les Paul Custom that I had bought, and I just sold it to Hoogie, our AR guy. And I was thinking about it like the day I gave it to him. I was like, this guitar's 45 years old, because I am 45 years old. I'm like, that's a long time for a guitar.
That's
like,
so old.
I know.
Yeah, it's really
All
old.
right. Anyway, now that I've done that, let's hear that guitar, and then we're going to compare it to this guitar.
Okay. I was smashing on the bridge, which is why I was out of tune.
Yeah.
I literally went like this. Okay. Let's trade.
Yeah, let's do it this way because I want you to play
Both.
that
Yeah,
back
gotcha.
to back. So
yeah.
Let's hear the neck pickup.
Ah.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. What do you notice? Like, do you notice a difference between the two?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like they're so similar.
Yeah.
They're so similar. But there's like a richness that has that is missing from this.
When you first switched over, I felt like the bottom end changed.
Yeah.
In that guitar, like there was less bottom.
Yeah.
In that, this sounded
Fuller.
fuller. Which, I mean, to be fair, that guitar's set up completely different. Well, I mean, it's not set up at all, or whatever L&M
Yeah.
does when it first.
This is right
gets
off
there.
the rack.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it for a spin.
Have some schwang there, buddy.
Okay. All right, let me, sure. What are we doing? You keep that.
Here.
No. Yeah, nope, that. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, guys.
We're doing great. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, apart from this one's out of tune now. Immediately the bottom end is different and the mid range is different to me.
Yeah.
Not bad, just different. Also, because it's off the rack, it's out of tune badly. Because it's probably never really been played. There's just not that same like bite on that
Yeah.
with this as there is with that. I'd love to know if the pickup. So if you guys are really familiar with, PRS and the core model versus SE, tell me if when these say DGT S humbuckers, are those different than the core model DGT humbuckers?
They gotta be. There's gotta be something.
It's either that or the fact that, like, obviously the profile of like how thick this is versus how thick that is. Show
Yeah.
them like this. Let's see. Like,
Yeah, right.
Like that guitar's quite a bit thicker than this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But overall, pretty good. This is set up a little more your speed, eh? Like there's a little higher action on there.
But it still plays like a baby's guitar. Yeah. That's a guitar for children.
It is for children. It's the less expensive model. So,
you know what? I would go as far as to say, though, like, this is obviously a very special instrument.
yes.
For $1,200,
Not bad.
That's a killer.
Yeah.
That's a killer guitar.
I've been really impressed with all of the SE stuff in the recent years. To be honest, I have an older SE that I bought for like, you know, $250 or $300 used years ago.
Yeah.
That it's great. We've used it as like a shop testing guitar here for years. And yeah, they're really good instruments. I mean, the difference between when I started playing in the 90s, like early, probably like 1990, I think I started playing, the difference of what a entry-level instrument is now versus what it was when I started. I mean, the quality of entry-level or mid-level instruments now is just insane compared to mostly what we had back then were real shit. Yeah, there was a real span, like when the Strat Pack came out. I don't know if you.
Oh, I remember the Strat Pack.
Like
shitty, poopy garbage.
Oh man, it was so bad when the Strat Pack came out. Those guitars were all just shit, and now the newer off-the-rack Squires are like phenomenal compared to that. And the imports, like whether it's the Schecter imports or the you know, the PRS stuff, the Sully stuff that we've played, like they're all fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So let us know in the comments if you guys are fans of the DGT. I love that guitar. This one is nice. For the money, it's real good.
You should give this to me because I'd love to get, I'd love to get to know it.
So, hey, Paul, if you watch this, we'll get somebody to tag you in it. Joey would like a DGT. There you go. You got a better chance of getting it from him than from me. I bought
a bag of dog poo like DET. Sorry, David.
Sidebar. So when I bought that from Sean, and I made a deal with him that like I've bought a couple guitars from him over the years, and I'd always told him like, hey man, if you ever want them back, just pay me what I bought it for, and you can have it back. So he did buy that guitar back from me. Like I had it for about 2 or 3 years, I think, or 2 years. Bought it back from me. And then a year later, he was like, so, hey man, wondering, would you be interested in this? I'm going to move it again. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. He's like, okay, cool. He's like, honestly, I haven't played it since I got it back from you. He's like, I kind of feel like it's your guitar now anyway. And I'm like, okay. I'm good with that. I'm like, I do need to let you know though. I'm like, the deal that I have where you can buy it back, I will never sell you this guitar back now, no matter what.
Yeah.
And he had 2 of them, so he had actually gotten he had an original one that he toured with, and he had gotten that back, and that's why he was like, well, I got my original one back, so I'll move this on. I was like, okay, sweet. But I've told him, and I actually talked to him about it recently. I was like, I told him I was selling a different PRS. And he's like, you're not selling the gold top. And I was like, no, never. Like my kids will sell that to somebody.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. See you guys on the next one.